1 diabetes is changing. For over 100 years, the only treatment has been insulin. And although insulin delivery has become more and more sophisticated, it remains the hardest drug we ask our patients to use. Every day is different, and a little too much or too little insulin, and the patient can end up in hospital. But it doesn't have to be that way.
So type 1 diabetes is fundamentally not a metabolic disease. It's an autoimmune disease that destroys the insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas. So if we can slow or halt this autoimmune destruction, we can avoid the need for insulin. And now we can.
There are more than 10 treatments that have been shown to slow the loss of beta cell function in type 1 diabetes. And we now know how to detect type 1 diabetes in the pre-symptomatic stage when there are still enough beta cells for insulin not to be needed.
In 2022, the first immunotherapy for delay of clinical diabetes was licensed in the USA, offering around 3 years of insulin-free type 1 diabetes from a single course of therapy. It's no longer a question of if, but when. It's not if type 1 diabetes will become a disease primarily treated by beta cell preservation rather than insulin delivery, but when that will happen, and create a world where the need for insulin in childhood is the exception and not the rule.
It's been a long time coming. But type 1 diabetes research in the UK has been there every step of the way, from the discovery of the first diabetes-associated autoantibodies to the first twin and family studies.
From early studies of insulitis in the pancreas to the cloning of the first insulin-specific T-cell clone able to cause diabetes, and the definition of the first genome map of human type 1 diabetes. In 2015, 8 of the leading type 1 diabetes research centres in the UK came together as a consortium funded by Diabetes UK.
Since then, 2 more have joined. Now, the consortium has 30 clinical trial sites across the country, involving both paediatric and adult clinical teams. We have delivered 15 clinical trials of disease-modifying therapies in new-onset type 1 diabetes, as well as the first wholly remote study. We have won more than $16 million of competitive research funding for collaborative projects since 2021.
And published over 50 thought-leading reviews on type 1 diabetes pathogenesis, immunotherapy, and beta cell preservation over the same period. And today, the UK Type 1 Diabetes Research Consortium is open for business to support your research.
We can offer reliable recruitment to trials in new-onset T1D from experienced, tried and trusted trial sites, dedicated to your study, and supported by a coordination team well known to diabetes teams across the UK. Familiar with the challenges of recruiting young people with T1D to trials soon after diagnosis, and how to negotiate the UK approval system and facilitate site setup. Supported by our web portal, which has been recruiting participants for 7 years and allowing sites to find motivated participants from across the country.
With 3 quality-assured bespoke laboratories in our mechanistic core, offering state-of-the-art immunological assays in type 1 diabetes, the latest autoantibody measurements, and a comprehensive range of rapid turnaround metabolic analyses, our Study Plus program can enhance and accelerate the delivery of your clinical trial, from first in man all the way to phase 3.
And we have expertise in protocol development, alternative endpoints, patient-reported outcome measures, continuous glucose monitoring, and advanced trial design from over 15 years' experience of working in the T1D field, as well as experts in all aspects of T1D pathogenesis, from pancreas histology to T-cell regulation. We are moving towards insulin-free T1D, Are you?